Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Do a update. It's been a couple weeks. Got the male Hoga over here. Triton. Is that nice glare again for you? He's probably going to end up being the male I try to spawn with the other female that I have, because that pair isn't spawning. I'm gonna be moving some fish around here as soon as I get another fish in from Mr. Heiser. Then I'll have to be moving some fish around, but this is one of the male Hogas here. You guys are all familiar with him. I think he's probably right around the 10-inch mark already. And down below are the latest pair. They spawned a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago, probably now 3 weeks. Maybe right around that last video. I see her tube starting to come down. That last spawn, there was wigglers, but there was only a few, and this pair was kind of having some type of a lover's quarrel thing where she wouldn't let them in the pot even to hardly fertilize the eggs, and so they've been rather spunky lately. They seem to be getting along a little bit better this time around, so hopefully this next spawn will be successful, or a little more successful, I guess we could say. You can see she's really interested in spawning, actually being quite violent in there actually. But her tube is starting to drop. I would say it's going to be a day or two before they spawn. She's at least letting him in the pot this time, which she wasn't doing last time. But yeah, I really like this pair. You can see her nuchal is really getting large. That's usually a good indicator for me too that she's ready to lay some eggs. And we can move on over to Titan and Gaia. No spawning behavior yet from this pair. He chases her around periodically. They get along, well. I haven't had to put the divider back in. I've given her a few places to get away from him. I've put a larger pot in here. That's a 14-inch pot versus that 8-inch one that used to be in there. I also put this tile over here on this end, so it's got a little place in here for her to get away from him. He can't get in there. Obviously, he's too large. These sponge box filters would always float because they move the gravel around so much. So I hot glued the base on to one of these clay tile bottom things. That lasted for a total of 10 minutes before the hot glue let go. So this time I super glued it. For those of you that don't know, super glue is safe for aquarium use. They do use it in reef tanks quite often, so it is safe. It's okay, but it's working like a champ, holding these box filters down. I also, in the fish room here, had an air pump failure. The diaphragms went out on the air pump. So luckily, me being ready for disasters to happen, I had a backup diaphragm kit. So I just rebuilt the pump. I can actually show you one of the diaphragms here. See if I can find it. I'll turn the light on in here. Here you can see the diaphragm. It actually cracked right in half, like that. This is one of the two main diaphragms in the pump. So yeah, they both gave way, and then the pump overheated and the thermal protection shut the pump down, which is a good thing. So now I rebuilt the pump. Everything's working, you know, dynamite. Everything's just bubbling away in here. But I'll show you what we did to keep the pump cool this time. We went out and bought a little fan, like a little box fan, because the pump used to get hot to the touch. Now it's nice and cool. It's running real good. I have another diaphragm kit coming in the mail, so if that thing craps the bed, I have a replacement. And down below we got the Bredori. These little umbies are really starting to grow now. Looking good. Let me turn this light back off. There we go. The Bredori are getting really nice and big. This guy here is probably almost to 4 inches. And the umbies are, like I said, they're growing nicely now, which is good. They're getting a little more aggressive. This one here has got just a ton of freckles. It's really a nice little umbie there. It'd be interesting to see this guy grow out. I did move some of the Hadiensis out of this tank. I put them up in a 40 breeder. They're getting a little too stressed out from these umbies in here because they're getting a little overzealous. So I did move them just to prevent any health issues. And over here we got the Grimaud that just went in there and hid. We got the other Grimaud. They really haven't grown at all. This little female Mota spawned again with that big male Grimaud. As soon as they spawned, this big female went in there and ate all the eggs for them. Took care of that. You can see she's kind of getting ready to pounce. Doing a little shaking. Almost like a cat when they kind of wiggle their butt a little bit before they pounce on something. It's kind of what it looks like what she's doing. But these two fish here are going to Conway, as well as the Grimauds that are in here. I should be getting another pair of Tiger Motas sometime here. Got my fingers crossed on that deal. If and when I get those, I'll be, of course, I'll be doing a video for everyone. Yeah, we can move on. These are the Hadiensis. I got a few of them in here. You can see one in the tube there, another one back there. They're doing all right. Got this tank kind of trying to get it warmer. I got it up to just about 80. I got to get it a little higher than that yet. So well, let's move on. Out here we got Magnus and Beast. They spawned a couple days ago, as some of you that saw my posts on Facebook. They spawned on this pot. You can see there's not much for eggs left. For some reason the spawn, the eggs are good. There's actually a couple good ones left up there that have little wigglers, little tails coming out of them, but she ate them for some reason. So it looks like she's kind of paid the price. Looks like Magnus has bit her a few times. So we'll see. There's always next time. I was kind of hoping the spawn was going to be good, but I still have some fry. You can see on the other side of her now where she's got a couple bite marks in her. But there are some fry in here from the last spawn. That could be why she ate the eggs. I don't know. That's never really slowed her down before, so I'm not sure exactly why she ate them. She hasn't eaten eggs for a very, very long time, so I don't know what the deal was. But there's always next time. But Magnus is doing good. His typical self. He's actually mellowed out a lot, which is nice. Makes tank maintenance a little bit nicer, which is more enjoyable for me. And then you got Odin here. I haven't taken the divider down anymore in this tank. I've pretty much given up on trying to get these two to spawn. He's willing, but she's not. So we get that new female. That's what's gonna. Hopefully, we're gonna get that pair to work, or get that female to work with this guy. Once I get that other female, I'm going to be moving Odin and her into the 210 gallon that the Hoyas are in currently. Yeah, this is the female. You can see she just doesn't really care about him at all. She's all blue like almost like a male. I mean, you can obviously tell it's a female, but like she goes over to the divider. She doesn't turn white like do her head shakes or nothing. She's not interested in him at all. So she's gonna go down the road. I'll probably sell her. I don't have room to hold on to her. She's probably, I don't even know. She's pretty good size, between 8 and 10. Something like that. But she's a really a nice little female, but she'll be going down the road. I'm not going to need her for anything. Not if she's not going to spawn with Odin. So we'll move down. I moved the Chanchos into this 125 here. You can see I got a female right there. I actually had a pair come out of this quad here. Here's the male. And the female is poking out here, and they have all the other fish pretty well cornered. They don't see this little umbie here as a threat, or any of these little umbies. They don't really care about them that much. You can see a little flaring action going on, but that female is just dynamite looking. I really like her. But I got the Gorillas Black is still in here, the bigger one that I was going to keep. Probably going to end up selling him now. I was kind of fighting it. I wanted to keep a Gorillas, but I'm just really not interested in them anymore in any capacity. So, not to knock the people that have them, but I've already done them. I've already bred them and all that, and I like the Rio Mags, the blues, better. Just my personal preference. But these Chanchos are just nightmares. I mean, they're chasing everything around in here, so I'll probably have to remove all the other tank mates eventually, because this pair is going to probably kill everything. Then you got Orion and his female. You actually be able to get a peek at her this time. I would assume they're going to spawn pretty soon. It's been a few weeks since their last spawn. We actually had to go in here. There was probably 20-30 fry left from their last batch. They were starting to pick on these two an awful lot, to where Orion was actually laying on the bottom with his fins and everything all tucked in because the fry were picking on him so bad. He was just uncomfortable, so we went in there and netted all those fry out of there to save him the hassle. So he's been a lot happier ever since we did that. So I've just been waiting for him to spawn again. But yeah, he's doing good. Everybody's happy. And the black belts over here are growing really quickly. They've been feeding on the power feed solely for about the last month, so they've put on a lot of size in that short amount of time. Hopefully soon here I'll be able to figure out, or a pair will break off, and then I can do what I gotta do. Start thinning the herd around here. I'm not ready to sell anything yet. but I will be sure to let everybody know. I mean, we have a trading page on Facebook. If you're not part of that group, head on over there and join up. You can sell your fish and equipment and stuff there. I'll put a link in the description to that page. Also the Aquatic Support Systems page. Please go like that page. We really appreciate that. And moving down, we got Sampson. He's doing really well. His eye is actually almost fully healed. He has vision out of it now. It's just a little bit cloudy, but oh, look at him. He's going to get all mean with you here. But his eye is just, I am so amazed by this fish that you can see how nice his eye looks now. I mean, it's amazing how much he's come back from that. I'm really impressed and very happy for him. He's just a great fish. I had him in a 5-gallon bucket when I moved him from the tank he was in over to this one, and he's about 12 inches, which is pretty good size for an Aslanum. I mean, that's their normal full-grown size, but you don't usually see them that large. But I've already spawned Aslanum too, so I'm probably going to be selling this guy. I mean, if the price was right. On the other side of the divider here, I had to put that male tiger Mota that was in the 40 breeder in the other room. This guy also is going to Conway, so he'll be able to get a pair of Motas out of that, which would be good. Oh, he's going to come right up and say hello even. Nice little fish. I really like him. I do have some of my F2 Umbi Fry available still. I think all my Magnus Fry are pretty well spoken for. The Dovi Fry are pretty well spoken for. I might have a couple, but not a lot. So pretty much all I have right now are the F2 real mags. And then I'll show you the planted tank. Yeah, there it is. Still empty. Looking good. Yeah. And then we only got 2 more tanks left. This tank, probably since my last video, has had a rescape. Brian came over and wanted a couple of these Bacordi for Dithers in his fish room, so consequently we had to take all the rock work pretty well out of this tank. So it's actually a lot nicer the way it is now. I like it. There's this little Umbi for you, Conway. You can check that thing out. It's got some pretty nice freckling. There you go. Then these Bacordi, there's 2 Bacordi in here that are really big. There's this one here. A lot bigger than I thought they were when we netted them a couple weeks ago. And the one behind it there is pretty good size as well. And there's that Umbi again. Then we'll move down and look at the Hoyas here. There's a female. Of course, no spawning again. This pair is going to be moving over to the 125 where Odin is. And Odin's going to be moving over to this tank. I'm going to let this pair go a month in the new tank over there, and if they don't spawn, I'm taking this male out and giving my other male Triton a shot at this female. We've got to see if we can get some spawning action. As you can see, she's ripe with eggs. Her tube is down, same as last video, with nothing that ever happens. So yeah, that's great. Then we got the lion's eye for the last tank. Got that nice little female there. I think there's 2 or 3 other females in this tank as well. No pairing going on yet. Shouldn't be long. As you can see, they're typical Amphilophus, and they have water spots on the whole backside of my tank there from splashing. But yeah, these guys are looking alright. Wish I could get a pair going out of these so I could sell a couple of them off. But not until I get a pair, then I'll let everybody know. But yeah, that's about it. We'll wrap this up with, we'll go back to Titan for a minute. And you guys can hopefully wish me some luck on getting this pair to spawn. It'd be nice to get some Trimax back in the hobby. So, like always, guys, make sure you go over and check out all the Team Aquatic Support members. I'll put all the links in the description, as I always do, and I really appreciate everybody that watches my videos and supports my channel. I'm up to almost 1,400 subscribers, which is just ridiculous. I never ever thought that there would be 1,400 people on the whole planet that would like to watch my fish. It's really humbling, and I really appreciate it. When I hit the 1,500 mark, we'll do a contest. I know I was going to do one at 1,000. I just got busy. So when we hit that 1,500 mark, I'll be sure to have a contest. So please subscribe so we can get to that number. But that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you all next time.